Lunch with Leah, episode 418. Here's Leah.
Hi, everybody. Have you noticed that we get 5 minutes late every week?
No, next week all the graphics are going to say 12:30.
It's Miami. That's what happens in Miami. After a while, you just start getting on Miami time. That's we're actually about an hour early according to Miami time.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm back. I had the flu for 3 weeks. It was just horrible. Then my back went out because I moved furniture around RJ's room, and then that couldn't move for 2 or 3 days. So that was horrible. And so now we're back to abnormal again. So what is going on? Well, I've been, believe it or not, okay, so remember I said RJ's roommate was messy, right? So I wiggled my way in. I'm his new best friend. I've totally redone his entire side of the dorm and organized every single morsel of anything he has in that room. And he has given me his word he's going to keep it that way. So I am so relieved. When I walk in the room, it smells good. It looks good. I have plants everywhere. It's so pretty. And before it was like RJ's was perfect and he had all these boxes and piles everywhere. So that is off my list. I felt so good about it. I can't even tell you. I don't know why that bothered me so much, Jason, but I couldn't sleep at night. It was bothering the hell out of me because thinking about, being in a room like where half is perfect and then you look over and there's boxes and socks and shoes and towels and I don't know why it was giving me so much anxiety. He loves me now. He loves me. I bought him a plant. I bought him a money tree. I bought him a new bed covering for his beds. I bought him new towels. I'm even having Darielle go hang a curtain up by his bed so when he takes a nap, he can have some privacy. Because he takes a nap every day because he gets up at 4:45 for some physical thing they have to do at school. And so he takes a nap every day for 2 hours. So I'm getting that little curtain put in. I put in a big mirror for them. I fixed it all up. And now he's like, he can't believe it. So anyway, there's that. And then, oh my God, I want you guys all to send positive energy. They're sending the jury instructions today to the jury on the Michael Avenatti case. Oh, it's going to be horrible. Oh, I just can't. He's got to just cross your fingers and send positive energy. Because this is a guy that had a civil dispute, okay? And then after having a civil dispute with the government, he goes after Stormy Daniels. So now all of a sudden it becomes criminal. So then it becomes they revoke the bail over some technicalities on money that came in that it's a gray area, but they didn't have to revoke the bail. They could have sat down with them and said, no, we're not going to do it this way. But they revoked the bail. Then not only did they revoke the bail, they put him in jail. And so instead of putting him in a regular jail, they put him in protective custody. Let me translate that for you. It means solitary confinement under the guise of because you're a celebrity, your life might be in danger. Well, I just don't think there are a bunch of criminals in the New York jail or the California jail that love Donald Trump enough to attack him, number one. And number two, lawyers are very popular in jail because all the inmates have legal problems and they want help with them. So that was just nonsense. So he's been in El Chapo's old cell, the one next door to the one where Jeffrey Epstein, quote, killed himself, which the second autopsy came out and said that he was strangled. So the whole thing is just horrible. So the summation was yesterday, the jury instructions are today, and the judge has ruled against the defense every single time on every single thing. And my personal opinion, not the lawyer's opinion, not anyone else's opinion on any trouble, I think that Barr and the Justice Department have their thumb on the scale with the lawyers and the prosecutors because last week when they thought he might testify, they even sent, allegedly, they even sent the prosecutors from California to sit in the courtroom so that if he did testify, they could give him ideas of what to say to bring up to trap him.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
It's awful.
It's just so sad.
He's getting Kathy Griffin.
Yeah, he is getting Kathy Griffith. Yeah, he really is. And by the way, if you haven't seen it, it's a hell of a story.
It's unbelievable. I watched it 2 weeks ago, and I'm still thinking about what they've done.
You said it was on Netflix.
It's on Netflix and all of the streaming services. You can see it on Amazon.
And you can buy the DVD, too.
Correct, yeah.
And so then, Jason, the jewelry show was the last 3 days, right?
Yes.
I didn't go. I just couldn't go between not feeling good. That's what I'm telling you. For me not to go see Cardi B and give her my skincare and not to go to the jewelry show,
there was a 3,000% drop in sales.
Yeah, they all went home crying. We didn't make
You're like, where was that woman?
Where's that idiot that comes in here and buys up everything? I wanted to go to get Bill's mother stuff. That's
yeah. Listen, people are asking.
Really
you're getting people are saying you look so good today, and you're having a lot of people are asking about your scarf. Nikki Sheridan Taylor says hi from Kentucky. I love the scarf. It's beautiful.
Alexander McQueen.
And Jackie Ferrito said she wanted to know where the scarf was from.
Yeah, it's Alexander McQueen, but I never pay retail.
I know.
I get the bargain.
That's not the one I got you. I got you the lighter one.
You got me the pale kind of pink and yellow one. It's gorgeous, by the way.
Yep.
So I have this one. This is the Skull Collection, the Alexander. It's so sad he killed himself.
Yeah,
Can you believe it was 10 years ago this week that he killed himself?
Yep.
And apparently, I guess he was very close to his mother, and something happened to her, and it's just so sad. So anyway, but yeah, I kind of have a lot of the skull.
Leah took a picture of all of them laid out on her bed for me a few weeks ago. She goes, "These are the colors I have. I think I have them all now."
I think that was
that's my go-to gift for you.
Was that one?
Yeah,
because I like to wear scarves because then you can just wear your jeans and t-shirts or whatever, and throw on a scarf, and everyone thinks at least you put a little effort in.
Exactly.
Which I never did. But anyway, I missed the jewelry show. If it was still tomorrow, I would go. But I don't know what happened to them. They usually have it Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. They had it Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Well, who in the hell can just stop what they're doing and go on a Monday or Tuesday? And Sunday, I don't even remember. I was probably in bed with my back again. I think that's from moving all that furniture. You don't even want to know. I moved his refrigerator to the foot of the bed. I have organized that room. It looks like, honestly, they should go photograph it for Miniature Architectural Digest for college dorms.
Well, some of your fans are asking for you to send photos because they're wanting it as backup for a lot of them have kids going to school, so they don't know what to do. I'll
have to post it on Instagram. I don't know how else to do it.
Yeah, or just take it whenever you're there, and I'll make sure it gets out.
Yeah, I have some. I'll send you some. Okay. And then, did you know there was a full moon? What was it called? A super moon. There was super moon Sunday night. Did anybody stay up and watch it? Did you?
It was pretty. It was
beautiful. Was it pretty?
Yeah.
People took photographs. I didn't stay up and watch it. I was up anyway. But I would have to walk around the house to the other side of the house, and I just thought somebody will photograph it, and I'll see it. I was like my friend that I used to say, "Don't you ever get out of here and go anywhere and travel?" He goes, "Oh no, I watched the National Geographic on Discovery Channel. I'm getting to be that old person." Anyway, so then we also have our friend here from the UK, Emily. I'm going to introduce to you in a few minutes, and she and her husband came in so that she could run a marathon. Oh my God!
She did. She ran the Miami Marathon.
She ran it, and she completed it, and she's got the perfect body now and the perfect tan, and she looks so gorgeous. But if you want to buy our products anywhere in Europe, you should get them from her, and you'll save on the shipping. And that is Leah Black UK.
LeahBlack.co.uk.
LeahBlack.co.uk. How many times do you have to tell me? I swear.
Well, I get the co and the UK mixed up all the time. I ask Jason like every fifth time I have to write it.
So come over and say hi, Emily.
Here, let me give you a mic.
Just say hi for a couple of seconds to our United States audience, and they can hear your fabulous accent. We have to get that chair. Put the pillow on the ground. Look at us. Our production team is overwhelmed today. We're filming in several other locations.
Peter Leonard said the boxes on the right are a real nice look. Well, sorry, Peter, we're a business.
Yeah, we're trying to get everything organized.
Yeah, we're trying to pay for the podcast.
God, we're getting there. Oh, God. So, hi, Emily.
Hello,
Look
everyone.
how pretty you look.
Oh, thank you. So do you.
Oh, my goodness. So, tell me about your marathon.
Well, marathon was amazing. Such a great experience. Best thing I've ever done in my life, I'd say.
Is this your first one?
It's the first one. I'm sure it's not the last one.
Really?
I think so. I think I've got the bug, as we call it in the UK now. Once you do one, you want to do more.
How long did you train for it?
20 weeks. In a cold UK, in the rain, every week.
Yeah.
Went out, did very long runs, 10, 20 miles.
Tell me, how much time a day did that take?
I would say my long run on Sunday would took me about 3 hours.
My gosh.
Yeah, and then I did some in a week as well.
Yeah,
so,
and then you have the UK brand over there. How's that going?
That's going really well. So yeah, everyone loves Leah Black.
Yeah.
Everywhere I go, I spread the Leah Black word. And
Well, they're all looking
just
at her
fabulous.
going, if I can look like that, give me some of that stuff.
Well, she's getting a lot of comments. They're all saying how beautiful
I
you
told
are,
you guys.
Listen, Emily is beautiful, and we have people watching from the UK right now.
Wow.
And they're all excited.
Well,
to see
you have to email me and come on my website and get
What's your email?
So it's hello@leahblack.co.uk.
Okay, hello at leahblack.co.uk.
That's
So you
right.
email her, or you can go on her website and you can get products there. And so now I guess your husband didn't do the marathon with you.
No, he just watched
And
and
why
he
was
managed to get
that?
a good video. He's
Oh.
not really into running.
not
as
into
much.
it, yes.
He likes to watch.
Yeah, I'm with you. The husband and I
most
could
people.
sit there in the lawn chair together and watch.
I know, I am the only crazy one that just loves
Well,
running.
so what got you going to do that?
I just started running about 4 years ago, and I enjoy it, and I did more and more. And then I joined the running club, as it happens a year ago.
Yeah.
And then all my friends from the running club, they do marathons, and I thought, I want to do that.
Well, how hard was it adjusting from the cold weather there to the heat here?
That was the hardest bit, I think, because although I've trained and I thought I was ready,
Yeah.
when I started running and the humidity,
The
that
humidity.
was really hard.
In Miami, running into the humidity is like running against the wind. It's
really
just
is.
thick. I mean, it's so good for your skin and everything.
Absolutely,
But
yeah.
that's what happened to me when years back when I did a marathon in Ville, Switzerland.
Oh, wow.
And I went there not having any idea it was in the mountains. It was in the mountains. So
Oh, wow.
everyone's going in the mountains. I'm used to the flatland. I literally thought I was going to die. But
I
you
didn't
know,
know you
you
did
have to finish because
Yes.
the peer pressure.
Absolutely.
You just have to finish. There's no such thing as not finishing.
No, I was on the mile 20 and I thought I could just give up, but then I thought, I've told everyone I'm doing it. I can't do it.
Exactly. So you did it. Well, good
So I
for
thought
you.
everyone is waiting for my results.
Yeah.
I can't just give up. And
Yeah,
I
you
just
can't.
pushed it through it. And I did it, and I was so happy. It was
Aren't
the
you
best
glad?
thing I've ever
How
done.
long did it take you to recover?
A couple of days.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm resting now, enjoying
Yeah.
food and drinks
Yeah.
while I can, because I think I deserve it.
So you didn't do that when you were training?
No, I was really good with my food and everything, trying to make sure that I'm ready for the marathon, and now I can just relax with it. But I am looking at another one, so I'm not sure where yet.
Yeah, you got the bug. She's
I've
got
got
the
the
bug.
bug.
Listen, if you're going to have a hobby, that's a very good one to have.
Absolutely.
So now, where all do you ship from your warehouse in the UK? If anyone wants to order from like
Absolutely.
Prague, or where can they order from?
They can order anywhere from Europe. Visit my Instagram, m@leahblack.co.uk, or
M
my
or
Facebook. em-leahblackuk. Come and see my Instagram. Follow me on Instagram, my Facebook page, Leah Black UK. So contact me from anywhere in Europe, and I can get that out
Give
to
them
you
the
very
email
easily.
again in case, because your accent is so thick and we're a very slow group here. In case we got any of it wrong, give us the email so we can just email you.
Absolutely.
Okay.
It's hello@leahblack.co.uk.
hello@leahblack.co.uk. I mean, it's a very glamorous accent, but it's taken me a while. You're like I'm a minute behind on everything. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. It was a great pleasure having you here.
Thank you.
One of our production staff will take the chair and the microphone, and we'll reorganize over here. You can join your lovely husband. I forgot his name.
Lewis.
Lewis, thanks for coming.
Yes,
Lewis is
we
a
had a
good
great-
sport. He puts up with all this nonsense. He's like Roy. Roy just sits and observes and takes it all in and rolls his eyes and goes with the flow. Because what else are you going to do?
So-
you don't have any choice. So go ahead. What you got?
You have cut some. Well, everyone's saying how beautiful Emily is,
Oh,
and
my God.
they're saying hello from the
The
UK.
younger, thinner version of me.
And then we also had some questions about the product come in. So
Okay, let's hear it.
Tracy Limpke says, can you tell me, do I really need the CBD eye cream if I order the other huge CBD cream? Lastly, how come it doesn't say CBD on the ingredients? I can answer that part
Okay,
for
go
you.
ahead.
if it says hemp oil or cannabis sativa oil on the ingredients, that is the clinical names for the CBD, which is actually kind of an acronym for
allows you to go on Amazon.
And also, it's a marketing thing right now, because if you use the word CBD, you can't really put it on certain websites and stuff because they still consider that a gray area. But if you call it hemp oil with a big marijuana leaf next to it, you can put it front and center.
Smoke it, roll it up and smoke it.
Go figure.
It's like the federal government. If it's something bad for you, they subsidize it.
Yeah.
If it's good for you, they make it illegal. I mean, honest to God, but we're all legal over here, so don't worry about that.
So that's why the ingredients, if you look on there, you will see them. And then she wanted to know if she needed to use the eye cream, if she ordered the anti-aging.
That's a very good question. I've thought that myself too, because there's 250 milligrams in the serum. So I'm like, if I'm using the serum, do I really need the moisturizer and the eye cream? Well, you need a moisturizer anyway, so you may as well use the one that's got the extra 150 milligrams in it, so that's that. But when it comes to the eye cream, there is a proprietary ingredient in the eye cream that does something to your skin that none of the other products will do.
So regenerate.
And it's the only product that I know on the market that has that, the regenerate. So I would use it anyway because the results have been just so overwhelming. And maybe just use it once a day at night when you go to bed if you don't really have a problem with your eyes. But I also think even for people that don't have problems with their skin, the reason that you won't get problems later is if you take care of your skin earlier. So I always say just start as early. Listen, I got my teenage son. Actually, when I went and got those products, that's for the roommate today because he's got pimples. I'm getting him all worked up now. So I've got RJ and his roommate. I've got the younger you start, the better.
Yeah,
and I've used good skincare that I've always been basically my own since I was 20 years old, and before that my grandmother had concoctions, which is how I got that sudden youth mask done. And I've always used good skincare. And the other thing I've never done is get a ton of sun and never tug and pull. Always use your ring finger and just dab, and always go up and outward strokes and don't tug and pull. And drink a lot of water and don't smoke cigarettes. If you do those things, and you can have alcohol, just don't overdo it. But if you do those things, you're going to have good skin if you eat kind of healthy. And if you don't eat healthy and you're having problems with your skin, then you need something that's a good detox on a regular basis just to clean out your intestines, because if you have your gut is rot, it's going to show up on your skin, So there's that.
She says, interesting that you say that, because I ran out of the eye cream and I'm already starting to see a difference, and now I agree with you. Thanks. So that was what it was.
I know, and I know, and I really wish, believe me, I have thought about 1,000 ways to combine everything into one. But where is the most simple blend you're going to get? You wash, which everybody has to wash, so you wash. And then you moisturize, or you put the serum on. Everybody needs a serum, period. And moisturize, everybody needs a moisturizer. So it's step 1, 2, 3. That's 30 seconds there. And then the eye cream is 5 seconds, and you're done in a minute, and at night a little bit more. But the exfoliant, I just throw that in the shower or in the tub, and then when you're washing your face from the tub or the shower, that's when you exfoliate, because you just get all the slough off all the old cells. Takes 1 second, and your face feels so buffed. And if you wear makeup, if you wear foundation or powder, you'll notice that after you use that exfoliant, your face is just like a baby's butt. And then if you have the lines or rings or the sagging, the wrinkles or the sagging, that's when you add use the mask once a week for 10 minutes. You put it on, wash it off in the shower or the tub, and you're done. So our line is as simple as it's ever going to get. The one last thing we're going to get that we have to have is the oil, and that's coming out soon with 1,000 milligrams of hemp CBD. But it's as simple as you can get. And I have thought a million ways. Couldn't we just put everything in one jar? And you really just can't. You just can't put everything in one thing. So there.
Well, we've got guys asking questions.
Oh, we have guys.
David Binkley wants to know, what product do you recommend for men in a winter climate?
The same exact product.
And Caleb Anderson says, "Oh, Leah, how I miss seeing you on TV. Thank God for Facebook."
Aww.
Alicia DeVoe asks, "Love the picture next to you. Who created it?"
That's Brito.
That's Brito.
And next week we need to put the other one, Kier's, out, because Kier's the one that invited me to a Cardi B thing, and he did her.
Yeah, he did hers.
Her photo. He's a famous artist. I have so many famous artists that have done portraits to me. It's hilarious. I have Peter Max has done portraits. Brito's done portraits. Kier Mafal, how you say his name? How do you say it, Jason?
Kim Flora.
What?
Kiefer, K-F-I-R.
KFIR. He's a brilliant artist. He's done portraits of me. I don't know. It's just I just feel so fabulous.
I saw he was at someone's in Coral Gables hanging up another Marilyn Monroe photo that he's done.
Really?
It's really beautiful.
He has Frankie Grande got hooked on him thanks to me, and he bought some pieces in New York when I was with him.
Wow, that's great.
So yeah, I've gotten him some business over the years, but Brito doesn't need any business. Brito needs to just buy another rolls. That's all. Meanwhile, I wanted to mention to you, I forgot, who is this now? I can't remember.
They're a local Miami eyelash company.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so this girl reached out to me from Glam Lash and Beauty. That's GLAM Lash and Beauty on Instagram. I'm going to give you her phone number, but you can go to Glam Lash and Beauty on Instagram, 305-520-7865. She does the little individual lashes, and she does a terrific job, because I knew after she sent this to me, I mentioned it to the guy at my salon. He goes, oh no, she's well known, she does very good lashes. So if you want those individually lashes that you put on individual that they glue on, and they last, I guess, they last a few weeks, and then you go in for a touch-up, just like getting your nails done, that's the place to go. And so it's Glam Lash and Beauty, and she will come to you and do private appointments. So we wanted to mention that because she was so sweet to reach out to us. And what else were we talking about before that? I left out something. I was back on that subject of, but anyway. All right, moving along.
We were talking about the artwork and Kim, and we were going to replace it next week.
Oh, the oil. Okay, the guy that asked about the weather.
Oh, yeah, it was David Binkley, yeah.
Okay, so in the cold weather, especially in the cold weather, you do need an oil. And I've always used a really good oil. I have one that I manufactured 25 years ago, and I still refill it for myself, but we haven't been selling it. And I think the reason we're not selling it is we're in Florida, and it's so moist here, and I just don't think about other people needing it so much. But once I got into the CBD line, and I started exploring these oils, I don't think there's anyone that has 1,000 milligrams of premium hemp CBD oil. I just don't think that there is. But we're going to have that, and it's in production right now. But we have spent a year and a half formulating it, testing it, focus grouping it. That oil is a lifesaver. If you just put it on at night under your moisturizer, then you're good. If you put it on after you shave, you're good. If you just use it once a day, and women need to use it on their chest and on the back of their hands, but men are going to love that moisturizer. And if you live in that cold, brutal weather, the oil, you're not going to be able to live without the oil. And the thing I love about it is we worked really, really hard, because oil is usually thick and it's sticky and gooey.
Slippery, yeah.
We made it so that it penetrates right away, and it's not sticky, gooey. It doesn't stay on the top of your skin. It goes right in. But I had women testing it around the mouth where the little lines are, and I've had women that used to smoke a lot or you drink out of a straw a lot, and I've had tremendous reviews from the focus group. So that's going to come out soon, so watch for that. Oh my God,
great.
I could just talk all day. It's already half over. Shall we take our 5-second break?
We should probably take our 5-second break for our commercial sponsors. And we're back.
Okay.
Maybe.
We're back. Oh, God. So, ask me anything from social media. At Alina, Buentrosto. Hi, Leah Black. I love your show. Oh, thank you. One of our 17 listeners. Mindfulness and minimalism. How do you deal with conflicts and stay kind? Listen, I'm not always kind. I can be a real bitch, It's hard. You have to take a deep breath. And I found, and I learned this from my grandmother many years ago, just shut up, don't say anything until you cool down, and give it a few hours, let it breathe. Maybe wait till the next day if you can. Who am I voting for in the primary? That's a really good question. Let's see who's left by the time they come to Florida. Let's see who's left. It won't be Bernie, because Bernie listen, Steve Schmidt said it the best. He goes, a sociopath, meaning Trump, will beat a socialist every day of the week. And I just don't think Bernie, because he's labeled himself as a socialist, and he did that himself, I just don't think he can win. No. So that's my point.
I told Jason this morning, it's like, He's like the kid that ran in high school for the class president that promised everyone pizza and dessert every day for lunch, but then couldn't follow through once he got elected, And him and Elizabeth Warren both kind of like seem to be, promising the moon. But when it comes down to really being able to fulfill that, I don't know how that's going to happen. So it's going to be another fight, I think.
I don't know. I mean, I love Elizabeth. I'm shocked that she dropped in the polls the way she did, and I just don't understand that. And I just don't. I don't know. I don't understand.
I think Bloomberg's going to come in and wind up on top in the next. I say this time next month we're going to see him in the first or second place.
Well, he came in first and second in a couple of little
ones.
Places,
he won one of them yesterday.
Where he wasn't even in where they wrote him in. I'm really, I love Buttigieg. I worry that he can get elected. I worry for two reasons. I mean, he is young and inexperienced and a mayor of a small town. And I think when you get on the big stage, there are going to be a lot of people that are like, I mean, at least Obama was a senator and whatever. But I just think there are going to be people that are going to go, can he really handle people like, Erdogan and Putin? And I think he can, but I think that's going to be a lingering little doubt. The second lingering little doubt with him, there are a whole lot of people that are just homophobic, I'm sorry, and anti-gay, and they're going to let that shade their thinking. And then the third one, he's struggling with the African-American groups, which is really unfair because he had an issue in his home state, Indiana, and Mike Pence is Indiana. Imagine him winning an election in Mike Pence's Indiana as a gay guy. I mean, that's a miracle in itself. And at least Mike didn't send him to conversion therapy. But he explains it, and when he explains it, then it's not a problem. So that's the issue there. So he explains it well, and when you understand what really happened, it's really a perception, not a reality, what happened. So there's that. And then who's left after that? Then there's Amy Klobuchar. She's climbing.
Really doing well.
What I like about her? She gets things done. She's a worker bee. She's very pragmatic. She's very logical, and she gets things done. She's passed 100 laws in the Senate, and so she's got a track record to run on. She's from the Midwest. She can win in the Midwest, and we have to win. We have to win the Rust Belt and the Midwest.
I think a lot of Republicans would vote for her
and
too.
I think she will bring some crossover because none of the disgruntled moderate Republicans are going to vote for a socialist.
No.
I think some of them would vote for Elizabeth Warren. I've seen a lot of them even tweet and say that they would, but I just don't think, and I think they would vote for all the others. I just am not sure they would vote for Sanders. But the Sanders campaign's philosophy is it's not about getting any moderate Republicans or any disgruntled Republicans. It's about driving the Democratic base. Well, the problem with that is they're not all going to get out and vote. And if you really want to know why Bernie did so well in the two states he did, it's because of the college vote. Well, if I went around and told everybody in the University of Miami campus that I'm going to give them free college and get rid of all their college debt, they'd vote for me for Queen of Miami.
Pizza and dessert every day for lunch.
Exactly. So it's an unrealistic promise that these kids are buying into. And what they don't understand is when you're president, you don't just get to declare that. It's got to go through Congress, and the money has to come from Congress has to approve that money. Congress isn't going to approve the money to just get rid of everybody's college debt and offer free college for everybody. And the colleges aren't going to agree to that. So the kids, I feel bad that they're buying into that. Now, if you're in it because you believe he's going to fight for it, that's great. And if you believe he's going to fight for all these things you believe in, that's great. But if you're in it because you think he's actually going to get it done, you really need to do a little more research on that. So anyway, moving on. We'll do politics. Well, we're going to run out of time before then. The next one, any thoughts on Billie Eilish, the singer who wears the Gucci and Chanel and green hair? Well, she's very talented, but her wardrobe and hair choices are confusing.
I looked at her the other night, and it was kind of like, I wondered if Gucci and Chanel actually saw her.
Yeah,
before she left the building.
I don't think that they put the clothes on.
I think she went out and bought it, and then just said, let me put it all on.
But a lot of those crazy artists dress weird like that.
If she needs a stylist, call me.
But she's got a style, and you know what? People remember, and they're talking about it.
Yeah, that's true.
The green hair. I mean, listen, you see the purple hair, you see the orange hair. So the green hair is one thing. I mean, that's just like a signature. You want to have the green hair. But the mix and match of clothes is a little out there, but she gets the best of everything. It's just a conglomerate, Yeah. But she's super talented. When she did the memorial, sang the yesterday to that. That was very good. She's very talented, so God bless, good for her. And she won some awards too, so good for her.
Yeah.
Who do you think is the worst, best dressed at the Oscars? Follow me lately. Well, I have to be honest, I didn't pay a lot of attention to the dressing at the Oscars. I listened to it in the background because I was working on some projects. So I wouldn't really say. Let me think. Does anybody stand out in your mind that came out good or bad?
I thought Regina King in that pink, rose pink color dress. That was custom Versace.
James.
Versace.
Oh, God. Don't
Versace
ask
dressed
James.
everybody. I'm not even kidding. I was shocked.
And
she was there. She had 3 gowns,
Yeah,
and
she
if you
did.
go in on their Instagram account, it just I was really stunned at how many people actually they did dress.
She's got that down now. I'll tell you
Yeah.
who looked spectacular at any age, but for 82. Was Jane Fonda.
Yeah, she looked really good too.
And she recycled a dress from 10 years ago
Yes.
to make the point that she's not buying more. I'm not buying more either. I'm with you, Jane. I don't need one more thing. But I will tell you, there's no question in my mind that at 82 years old, that woman, I mean, she's a phenomenon.
Yeah.
She really is. She looked great. And I'm trying to think if anybody stood out that looked really, really good. I don't recall. I wasn't
The
paying
lady
much
that played
attention.
Harriet, the African American
Yes,
actress that's
yes.
on the Outsider right now on HBO,
yes.
that was a Versace gown too, and she was beautiful in that, I thought.
Yeah, that was good.
That white, beautiful
Well,
white.
that's good. So moving along, a couple of guys looked really good.
Yeah.
I saw Brad Pitt looked adorable. I was so glad that he won. And
Yeah.
so anyway, use the code PODCAST, PODCAST, to get 50% off your CBD skincare products and the Sudden Youth Lift Complete Facial 8 to 10 mask. 8 to 10 masks in that one little jar. That's a lot. That lasts you a couple of months or more, 3 months, however. And remember, you have free shipping on over $50. Don't forget to send in your testimonials. Email us at hello@LeahBlack, or you can post them on your Instagram and tag us. But remember, we're going to give away something, we don't know, sooner or later, or we don't know when or where. We're very random, but we'll do something fabulous.
It'll be in the next month.
It'll be something fabulous. And hello@LeahBlack.com if you want to email us about anything.
People are agreeing. Regina King was fabulous, Raquel Glitch says, and Jesse DeFrida said. And they said also everyone was dressed very classy. Raquel Glitch said that she saw Parasite after you recommended it. And I actually watched it last Sunday before the show. So I came right out of watching it into it.
Hilarious.
It was just like, it was like 3 movies in one. It was like, it started out as kind of like a comedy, and then it got turned into like a more of a like a drama, and then it became a thriller for a little bit. I mean, I don't know. I loved it. I thought it was great, but you have to sit and pay attention because it's all in subtitles. But it was great. It was really good.
My God! I mean it. I mean,
I don't think I've ever watched a movie like that.
It's just like your mind is just scrambled. It's like,
I don't think I've ever seen anything.
No, it's like you're just antsy the whole time, but it's good, you know?
It's like The Emperor's New Clothes.
Yeah.
It's like a remake of that.
I mean, the guy
That's
got
kind of what it
4 Oscars,
Yeah.
and I was really disappointed. I wish he would have gotten 1 or 2. I like to see everybody get an Oscar, you know? So I felt bad that he got 4, and then there were 3 people that could have gotten 1, and he could have had 1. But, I mean, you know, listen, he got him, he earned him, he deserved him, whatever. But 4, that's a lot. I mean, just retire at that point. Now I guess everyone's going to be asking him for the next film.
He's done
super talented.
I think he's done 4 films or 5 films, and they've all been like huge hits. So.
Yeah, but you know, that Korean sense of humor, it's like that Crazy Asian show that I didn't see that RJ and Roy would see. But, you know, their sense of humor is different. Yeah. And it's refreshing because they think different and they think things that are funny or funnier than we, you know, it's a very unusual, it's kind of like, it's just out there. I don't know, but I like familiarizing myself with it because they have a completely different view of the world and sense of humor, and the things that they find funny or not funny or that they might think that they would do are things Americans wouldn't even think of. And that was why I think it captivated American audience.
Ryan Holt said here, and I read this yesterday too, Parasite is in early development with HBO as a series. So they're looking at it to
there you go.
Put it into a series.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
And Brad Pitt won an Oscar. Laura Dern won an Oscar. Joaquin Phillips, I loved his speech. It was brilliant. Renee Zellweger, she gave a great speech. Elton John won his first Oscar. And I think I said Brad. Yeah. So, I mean, who else? I can't think of anyone else that won, but those were the main ones that won. And then Parasite, of course, they won everything. Right. Was you disappointed in anybody that didn't win something?
No, what's his name? Takaya, the guy that's from the vampire show. I can't remember What We Do in the Shadows. He was in was it Jojo Rabbit? He won.
Yeah.
He won.
He won. Yeah. I didn't see that.
He's a great writer too. I mean,
he's
the guy that wrote that movie that I just mentioned, the What We Do in the Shadows, which is kind of like shot as a documentary around vampires living in today's world, and it's hilarious. But they turned it into a series.
Dead, vampire,
it's not like that. It's a comedy.
Stuff.
It's kind of a comedy. It's very funny.
Like something I would like. But I want to see pretty people. Beautiful backgrounds. Then Cindy Crawford's son. What in the hell's wrong with the kids today? He got a tattoo across his face. He's a model.
Yep.
And it said misunderstood. Mm-hmm. You know, he is misunderstood. He's a complete, if that was my kid, I swear to God, I think I'd just bitch slap him. I mean, misunderstood on your face?
Well, when he goes for his next job interview, he'll realize why he's misunderstood.
They're going to have, the makeup artists are going to have like so much makeup to cover it, number one. Number two, as he gets older and he gets lines and wrinkles, the damn thing's going to be all scrunched up like a thing. I mean, that was just stupid. Wouldn't you think his parents would have said to him, no circumstance as a model do you ever get a tattoo. Maybe a tiny one on your ankle if you have to, but I don't even like tattoos much to begin with. But anyway, so here's a little, so speaking of, they had the final, or the burial for Kobe Bryant, his daughter. Yeah. They've had a couple of memorials for some of the other people, and they're having the big memorial for him on the 24th, the 22, which was her jersey number, which is February 24th, signifying his jersey number. But so the school teacher, a high school teacher or principal, put on her social media that this Kobe met his karma. Remember, because he had that rape allegation years ago. So now she started getting death threats. She had to resign, and they fired her, and they should have fired her. What kind of that sounds like something Trump would say. Exactly. She probably is a Trumper. She's a Trumper. You can tell, the mean ones.
I know Gayle King's catching a lot of heat right now too. She had to get security and everything, and then it didn't help that celebrities started chiming in on social media and amplifying it all.
Problem?
That was a bad situation. That's a situation where they took something out of context and published it as a short, and it made it, and the timing was bad.
Here's the thing. And now she's failing. Her interview was like an hour, and that was a piece of it. But the problem, the stupidity of all of it, there's a time and a place for everything. Mm-hmm. If a year or 2 years from now, they're having a new memorial of Kobe, you could say, let's remember all the good things about him, and remember he had this. If you're inclined to say it, I wouldn't. I think it's trashy, tacky, and you don't say things about people that are dead.
Right.
But if you're going to do it, you don't do it when the body hasn't even been put in the ground.
Exactly.
Just wrong. So that's really the problem for me, is the timing of it. There's a time and place for everything. The Kansas City Chiefs defensive tackle, Derek Nade, believe it or not, he said that if he won the Super Bowl, he was going to pay the fees for 100 dog adoptions, and he did. Mm-hmm. That's what people should be doing.
There's a company doing that this month, too. I saw yesterday, I don't remember which corporation it is, but if you adopt a dog in the next month, they'll pay the adoption fees.
Yeah, that's what people should do when they come into a bunch of money or a bunch of fame. They should do something other than just sit there and look in the mirror and talk about how fabulous they are. Pam Anderson, John Peters story. Well, that's a good one. So apparently they got divorced or separated again after 9 days, and he wasn't going to say anything. According to the article James sent me, that it was like he wasn't going to say anything. Okay, he was going to leave it alone. And she said that he was controlling, so he said he felt like he had to come out and defend himself. So he tells his side of the story. This is what Roy always says. Just shut up, because the minute you open the door, they're going to come back. They're going to defend. It's like they're going to defend themselves. So if you don't want to get into it, just don't say anything, because if you say something, they're going to defend themselves. So what he says is he paid off $200,000 in her debt, that she was broke. He bought her new wardrobe. He was putting her in a new picture film that he's doing, which, he produced The Star is Born with Lady Gaga.
Yeah, he did the last Star Wars.
So he's a huge producer, very successful. And that she wanted him to commute to Canada. That was a problem for him. She had an association with a website that was kind of dirty, nasty, X-rated, and he felt like that just wasn't going to work for him after working all these 60 years to get where he is, to have her do that. She didn't need to do that anymore. And that So it was kind of his decision, is what I understood the article to say.
That's
so,
what it looks like. He was trying to be nice too, and he even said he said, "I still want you to star in my movie. It's going to change your career." I mean, he was so giving and generous. How it was. And then,
Teddy will always love her, always take care of her, but he felt like he had to defend himself after she said he was controlling.
Carrie Scheichner says her ROI, her return on the investment on that was so damn good.
She is. Listen, let's give her that. The girl she got out of debt. And I love Pamela. She has no sense of money. None. She came to our charity event for free, helped do the auction, and then when we were selling the scholarships for $28,000, she bought one. I mean, she came for free and performed and bought a scholarship. I mean, God bless her. We were eternally grateful. But she has no concept of money. It's like her manager's got to be thinking, girl, you came here and you did this. You flew from California here. You did this event for free, and now you're paying $28,000. But she's got a good heart. She's just an artist. You know, she's just a free spirit. So God bless her. Oh, listen to what our customers are saying about Leah Black Beauty Skincare. This one is from New York City, Susan B. Hi, Leah. I've been using your skincare collection for 3 months now. I cannot believe the improvements on my 55-year-old face. I have noticed the dark spots are fading and my skin seems to be tightening. I love the Sudden Youth mask. What a treat now that it is pre-mixed. Yay. That took 5 years to do. It seems like my skin improves with each use. It does. These results are cumulative and they build on each other. Your CBD eye cream and anti-aging serum are two of the best products I've ever used. Thank you. And I've tried them all. Yeah, most people have. Most people have drawers and drawers and drawers of product. My friends and family have noticed a difference. Thank you for the amazing product. I'm telling you, everybody does love the products. They just sell themselves.
Someone about last month sent a photo, like as a private photo to you on Instagram, and it was all of their other products in the garbage can, and there was like one empty drawer with the eye cream.
Oh, we need to post that. That's
I wanted to. It wasn't a very good photo, and I couldn't get permission from her, so I didn't want to do it. She never responded back when I went back.
That's a good one.
I thought that was funny.
Leah's life lesson. Yeah, we can make an ad out of that. It's more powerful to be seen than heard. That's my little quote of the week. It's more powerful to be seen than heard. Maybe someday we'll put a quote book together. Oh my God. In the news, there's 43,000 coronaviruses.
The corona, like the beer, coronavirus.
Yeah, like the beer. 43,000 of diagnosed cases and 1,000 dead that they're telling us about. And a lot of people think, and I agree, there are a lot they're not telling us about. Now listen to this story. This is how cruel the world has become. I just can't. This child was diagnosed with leukemia, and the child was having seizures, and the insurance wouldn't pay for it. So the parents both got 2 jobs, but they fell behind on the medical bills. Would you believe the judge put them in jail? CBS News, because they couldn't pay their child's medical bill. Both parents, I mean,
it's crazy.
What is wrong with the world?
I know.
It's just unbelievable. And then this Thailand guy, I guess now it's contagious. They're taking after the Americans. Goes on a gun shooting spree, 29 dead and 57 wounded.
Yeah,
it's just unbelievable. And then the white nationalists had a Reclaim America walk in Washington, D.C. Did you see that? They're going down on their bicycles with their big old flags, and oh my God, let's just make America white again. Let's go back 200 years in history. Why don't we all just start making our own vegetables in our garden, and women can stay home and have babies? I mean, this is what these Make America people want. Harvard study found, and after an 80-year study, found the key to living a happy life is that what is more important than fame and money are close relationships with each other. Okay. Oh, some jewelers texting me.
They're probably wanting to know where you were this weekend.
We put out a
where
missing report on you, missing persons report. Where is she?
Someone from the jewelry show is wondering where you were.
An inmate in the Mississippi jail hung himself, you know, and this is why I didn't want to be on that jury. I mean, look how they're treated once they go to jail. They're not treated like humans. They're treated like, not even like animals. They're tortured. I can't handle it. This is interesting. A single dose of psilocybin mushroom, the magic mushroom, provides long-term relief of anxiety, depression in cancer patients, and I think in other people as well. Study finds, according to CNN, it's now legal in Santa Cruz, California. So one time when I was about 20 years old, my neighbor was a nurse. And she said, oh, have you ever had the psilocybin tea? And I'm like, I never heard of it. I just thought it was regular tea. She goes out in the yard, gets the mushrooms, and goes in and makes the tea. I had a very small amount of it. I didn't think, I was drinking tea. I went on this trip for 24 hours. I was petrified, hysterical, and crying. I was so paranoid. What is going on in my brain? What happened? You know, because you freak out if you don't know. If someone tells you in advance, listen, you're going to do this and you're going to feel that, maybe you can handle it. But it was the craziest damn experience I've ever had in my life. But I'm thinking a nurse giving me mushrooms from the garden? I didn't think anything of it. I had no idea. I went on a really, like a wild trip for 24 hours. I never forgot it. Maybe that's why I'm so perfect today. It clicked in my brain.
Carrie Scheichner, I think she means rodent and field. She says, can you R and F with this? I'm so down with that. I think when we were talking about the skincare.
Can you what?
R and F. I think she means rodent and fields. Like, can you mix the products together or something like that?
Of course you can mix them together.
Yeah.
Of course you can.
Okay.
The Crown will end after season 5. I haven't even watched the last one.
I can't believe it.
I hate that, but I haven't watched it
I saw the stills yesterday of the actress playing Lady Diana, and she was in the houndstooth skirt and the whole thing. She looked just like her. I couldn't believe it.
I mean, can't wait to watch it.
It's going to be good.
And then now, is it next Sunday night? They're having that special on the Royals.
Yes, the Windsors.
I want to watch that too. And Meghan and Harry were in Miami.
I know that's where they came for their first.
Well, I know the inside story, but they came to an event. I won't say whether it was paid or not, but they came. Flu has infected 15 million people in the U.S. and killed 8,200 people.
Oh, well, excuse me, that was not rodent and field. She just wrote back, I hate them.
Oh, okay. What was it?
She wrote back,
what it was,
repping. She wondered if she could rep. I think she means repping the products.
To sell the products?
Yeah.
She could email
us at hello@leahblack.com.
We don't really have a structure for that, but we can maybe figure it out. Yeah. So a Tennessee man lit up and smoked a joint during his court appearance. He's 20 years old. So he was arguing to the judge that the new laws allowed it. So they escorted him out on a $3,000 bond, and they charged him on his second charge of drug possession, and they put him in jail for 10 years for contempt of court. Yeah. Can you imagine just a judge, excuse me, I think now that it's legal, I can smoke what I want, where I want, and the judge, take him into custody. Now, this one's got, let me tell you, there's something going on. Another death of a British immigrant, the third apparent suicide in ICE in 4 months. Mm-hmm. What is going on with ICE? They are torturing these people. They won't give them flu shots. They're letting them die. And there's a lot of suicide going on. Something's not right with that.
Well, I mean, I was noticing too, like, I know it's kind of like removed from that, but, when Joe Giudice was in ICE, and they were filming it for the show. And if you notice, like, they've spoke about how bad it was. Like, there was 8 people in one room. They had to stand in like a 4x4 foot cell, 8 people at one time. And they may be in there for like 24 hours, and then they're let out for just a little while.
Oh, it's horrible.
So, I mean, you would want to kill someone if you were like stuck
that, say, or die. Well, he killed himself. But they also are saying that, they're not letting the press there.
No, they aren't.
Who knows what's really going on? Yep. And by the way, all these facilities that they're housing these immigrants in are paid facilities. So the U.S. government is paying $600 a day for each one of these people to their friends that own these housing facilities. Mm-hmm. You could put 5 people in the Ritz-Carlton in one room for $600 a day.
That's true.
You could put them at the Trump Tower. Why aren't you putting them at the Trump Tower? You're paying $17,000 a day every time you travel to the Trump Tower with all your staff and security. Why aren't you putting some of the immigrants there? Oh my God! But this tells you this is the pathway that we're on. Yep. I mean, for me, those cages are just like the concentration camps. Mm-hmm. The only thing they haven't done yet are build the ovens. I mean,
we're
it's just the same
on our way
thing.
to a dictatorship.
And let's remind ourselves that in Auschwitz, this is what they found in those facilities after they went in and everyone was dead.
Right.
88 pounds of eyeglasses, 88,000 pounds of eyeglasses, 15,000 pounds of human hair, 12,000 pots and pans, 44,000 pairs of shoes. And that was in 1945 in the warehouse after they killed all the Jews. That's what they found.
It's horrible.
This is just what people do to people. What is wrong? What do you have these people? The one thing I can't forget is the woman pushing her boob through the wire so the baby on the other side could breastfeed. What is going on? Stephen Miller, he's reincarnated as a Hitler or something. He even kind of looks like him a little bit in a way. That's just my opinion, allegedly. But he is a public person, so there's that. And now they've had a second high school student expelled because she wouldn't cut her dreadlocks. What is, now you got to tell people how they can wear their hair? You talk about a socialist, fascist country. I mean, come on. The Harvey Weinstein trial, that Rosie Perez was a character witness. Did you know that? She was a character witness. So she, obviously, Perez, yes. Someone went and told her their story, and they gave it, which I think would be hearsay, but I guess, I don't know how they got that evidence in. I don't know. Anyway,
Lori Constantino says, isn't it scary? Leah, please promote to your audience how important it is to vote and get out and vote. We need a major change. And Chris LaBella says, in this day and age, we should have a better, healthier structure for this type of situation.
I have to tell you, after the way the U.S. Senate and House protected Donald Trump, this is your plan.
Yeah.
You vote a straight Democratic ticket. The only exception is Mitt Romney. And that is it. I don't care about Susan Collins wringing her hands and clutching her pearls. I don't care about any of them stressing over, well, it's not right, but no. They all had a chance to stop this madman, and they were going to put somebody good on the ticket and moved on, but they decided to enable him. So it's a straight Democratic ticket, and if you're in Utah, you can vote for Mitt Romney because he's an honorable person and he did the right thing. And that's it. Yep. That's it. End of story. You don't have a choice. Even if you like them and even if they're good people, if they're going to enable a madman, you got to get rid of them.
Yep.
Oh, my God. I can't. 3 U.S. firefighters, I think I told you that before, were killed in an Australia plane crash. That kills me.
Yeah, we talked
about that. Oh, my God. Oh. Cremation's become the top choice for people as opposed to being buried in a cemetery beginning in 2015, which I think that's a smarter thing anyway. It's better for the environment and so forth.
I found my Versace urn.
Oh, my God.
I told you. I sent that picture to you.
I know, an $8,000
It's an $8,000 one. Of, they only made 4.
I told you, you buy the urn, and I'll store your ashes in it.
They had it here for Art Basel.
I'll keep it in my house.
Yeah, it was like this tall. They had it here for Art Basel. And they had it on a pedestal at the exhibition, and I went by. I was like, now I found out what I'm getting buried in.
$8,000 urn. It was gorgeous.
Yeah, it is beautiful.
Oh my God. So mobile phone. There's a case study now that says mobile phones do create head tumors. Now, we're not having that, tumors in your head. We're not having that as much anymore because people are always on their speakerphone. But remember in the old day, everybody had that big, huge battery phone? And that's when people like Johnny Cochran were getting head tumors. A lot of people were getting tumors in their head. So anyway, just be aware. Get on your speakerphone. I mean, listen, there's a lot of radiation or something going on there. How's that connecting going around the world? It's got to be something. Oh, my God, we're almost out of time. What should we talk about that's the most important? Well, I guess the most important is, Lev Parnas says he's got a whole bunch of tapes, and I can't wait. He better have good security because they're going to do something to him. They're going to do something to him. I hope he's already turned those tapes over.
He said the reason he came forward was because he was afraid they were going to do something to him, and now they're going to do something to him because he did. And he felt like he had a better chance with the public than he did with the Justice Department. But what he better put those tapes out, he better give them to the lawyers and the press and everybody else and get them out while he can. I'm not kidding you. No, I'm serious.
And then Bolton, can you believe Bolton didn't testify? And Schiff said they offered him to give a written declaration of what happened, and he declined. He just wants to sell the damn book. So what we're all going to do, no one's going to buy the book, and we're just going to listen to the news and see what's in it. Because I'm not buying. I look forward to buying the book. I'm not buying it now.
Wouldn't have mattered anyway. They still would have let him off. I think we're at the point now. He could go kill someone in Fifth Avenue, and they would let him off.
Oh yeah, the Republicans, they're getting the judges they don't care. Want. They're getting the tax breaks they want. They're getting the brown people out of the country and in the cages. I mean, what's wrong with
snowing
people?
Over the evangelicals.
So the Bloomberg ads, he's run 206 anti-Trump ads, 155 healthcare ads, 89 social issue, 78,000 job ads, energy ads, environmental ads, drug ads, gun control ads, housing ads, and education ads. So he's putting his money where his mouth is. And let me tell you something. That damn Bernie Sanders is over there bitching about the billionaire when he already said, if I don't get the nomination, I'm going to fund the candidate that got the nomination. So Bernie will be the first one with his hand out. Where's my damn money you promised me? That's irritating me that he's criticizing Bloomberg. He hasn't attacked one candidate. All he has done, all Bloomberg has done, is not attack one candidate. He's attacked Trump, unlike you, Bernie, that went after Hillary and took the fight all the way to the convention and split up the party and probably contributed to the loss of the election. God, let's see.
And they were talking about too how Bloomberg, he said last week he was doubling his advertising spend.
Good.
So now all these local news stations, even those bad ones though, like Sinclair, who's very Trump supportive and all that stuff, they're getting like massive advertising rates now because he has driven up the advertising rates.
No, that's not fair. But you know what? In this world we live in, you get the amount of justice you can afford, you get the health care you can afford, and you get the advertising you can afford. That's a capitalist society that we live in. So if you want to go to a socialist society, then we'll have a different structure. But that's what it is right now. So smart people take advantage of it. Dumb people complain about it. It's just that simple.
Joy Walmer says Bloomberg is running TV ads like crazy in North Carolina. Here too.
Good.
I saw 6 before I was out the door this morning.
God.
Let's see. And Carrie Scheichner says Bernie needs a room with a view, aka assisted living.
Listen, if he's the nominee, I'm going to vote for anybody but Trump.
I will too, but
I just hope that he's not, because I don't think he can beat him, because like I keep going back to Steve Schmidt, the genius Republican, said a sociopath will beat a socialist any day. And Trump's a sociopath and Bernie's a socialist. He's the one that created that problem for himself.
He's also the easiest one.
He registers as a Democrat to run for Senate.
He was independent.
And then if he wins, he declines it to keep another Democrat from getting it. And then he runs as an independent. I read that last night. He's already running as an independent in 2024 for the Senate seat in Delaware. Or where is he from?
From Vermont.
Vermont, yeah, in Vermont. So he's a sneaky little thing, too, on top of everything else. But he's light years better than Trump. There's no doubt about that.
Free pizza and dessert every day at lunch.
Yeah. Yeah. So Fox aired a total of 22 minutes of the live impeachment hearings. Every network had them on all day. They had 22 minutes of live, which means, that they censored and propagandized everything else. Oh my God! Trump is allowing asbestos back into the world. He's had this EPA policy, thinks asbestos is we should have it. So all those people that died from asbestos aren't going to have it back again. So you better be careful. And all that's going to happen: the contractors, the workers, people that live in a home and have a leak and don't know it, you're going to be exposed to asbestos, and that's deadly. Period. End. Let's see. And now Trump's trying to get them to go light on Stone, on Roger Stone. Go light on Flynn, and he's saying Manafort has gotten a too harsh of a sentence. So what he's doing, he's setting the stage for, the whole thing was just a hoax. The whole thing was just corrupt. Let me just pardon them all.
That's what he's going to do.
That's what he's going to do.
Absolutely.
And he's probably going to wait till after the election to do it. So if he loses, it won't matter, and if he wins, it won't matter. But that's what he's planning to do. So in other words, you can break the law, but if it's to help Trump win an election or cover up something, then it's okay.
Right.
It's just unbelievable. Now he's also tampering with the Justice Department. 4 prosecutors quit yesterday and protest because they're like, you're not interfering in our cases.
It's unprecedented. They all quit. And one of them quit the Justice Department. They all resigned from the case, and then one of them actually left completely.
So El Chapo wants a new trial now. He says the problem with his trial is that he had witnesses and documents, and he wants a trial with no witnesses and no documents.
Wonder where he got that idea.
Exactly. He wants the same trial Trump got. Now, Kushner says, what a spoiled brat, that the Palestinians have never done anything right in their sad, pathetic lives. What in the hell is wrong with him?
Yeah. They were going after them yesterday, too.
I just can't.
They were protesting
now,
in the
remember
streets.
the big builder, Trump? I build better than anybody else. Well, the wall's falling down. The wall he built down the Mexican border is falling down, and it's falling over on the Mexican property.
They're also digging under it.
I hope that they get this, they confiscate all the stuff and then get them for trespassing. Oh, my God. And then now they have a new travel ban. A new travel ban. So they're going to now not allow Nigerian immigrants. Mm-hmm. By the way, they're the second most educated people in the entire world. Number one are Jews. They outperform natives by native white people by 200%. They have a 30% of them have bachelor's degrees, 17% have master's degrees, and 4% have PhDs. So remember when Trump said, "Oh, I only want the smartest and the brightest"? Well, here are the smartest and the brightest. They're not Nigerian, but guess what? They're not white.
No.
There you go. Now he's threatening to bring criminal charges against Bolton if Bolton puts his book out. Yeah. Bolton was smart. He would have gone out and testified. Well, let's just move on. We're going to move on. We're out of time.
Yeah, we're
out of time. Today. Let me see. If there's anything we can't live without, I guess we're just going to have to wait. Oh, this one was so good. I just want to read it. Oh, let me just do it. It's just really fast. First, they came for Comey, and I said nothing because I was mad at Comey because of the Clinton email investigation. I blamed him for Trump's election. Then they came for, that's the only one that was printed. There was a whole series of these. They didn't get printed.
Did you have one in that?
No, it's not there.
Oh, I thought it was in that
Anyway, there was a whole one. I'll find it. But the thing was, it went on down the list. First they went for Comey, then they went for the next one, and they went for the next
saw
one.
that.
They went for the next one. They went for the next one. They went for the next one. And it just shows that they're going to eventually they just come for you. But they didn't all get printed. We'll find it. Okay, so we're running out of time. All right, that's it. I will talk to you guys next week, same time, same place. You guys have fun going back. How long are you in town? Till Friday. Then they'll be going back to the UK. You want to get a hold of Emily, don't forget, uk.co. LeahBlack.co.uk. It's just so complicated.
Yes, LeahBlack.co.uk. And then LeahBlack.com in the United States. Make sure you use podcasts to get 50% off of all the CBD products and the Sudden Youth Facial. Emily, thank you so much for stopping today. It was so good to see you.
Being good sport. And she's been taking care of her baby. She's been petting the dog. The dog is spoiled rotten already. So we'll see you guys next week, and don't forget to register to vote.
Yes.
Talk to you guys soon. Bye.